Hi, my name is Mornay Swanepoel. Welcome to our first series on combat athletics, which is going to give you a whole bunch of new ideas for your gym training. In this series, we're going to expose you to functional fitness, which is specifically there to enhance your performance as a competitive athlete and for those who want to obtain a fighting fit body. Enjoy. Right, in this combat athletics series, you're going to get exposed to various exercises. My whole idea is to try and give you as much as possible. So in this series, I'm not just going to do 3 or 4 exercises. I'm going to try and put as much as possible on this DVD for you. What I'd like to explain to you is how you're actually going to use this, because you're obviously going to see many exercises, and you're going to wonder how you can implement this into your training program. So what I'd like to share with you is, as a normal fitness expert or as a person that just goes to the gym to improve their fitness and health, we will look at how you're going to implement that into your training. And then for those combat athletes that actually want to become fighting fit, that actually want to train like cage fighters. Let's first look at the fitness aspect of it. What I'd like you to do is, obviously you stick to your same gym training routine. You're going to view this DVD, and then what you're going to do is you're going to try and take some of these exercises and implement it into your training wherever possible. You'll see that this DVD will also start off with some warm-ups, which I would strongly, highly recommend. I see many people go to the gym and they just start training immediately. Okay? You have to start warming up properly first. The reason for that is, first of all, to prevent injuries, and second of all, to get maximum performance out of your training session. So go through the warm-up exercise, make sure you go through, there's a stand-up warm-up exercise and there's a ground routine. You decide which one you enjoy and obviously vary it. The more you can change into your routine, the better. A lot of people become gym fit. They go in, day out, do the same routine, and they become gym fit, okay, with no progress. You want to try and stun your body in the sense of you want to expose it to various exercises, not the same thing week in, week out. Right, so what you do with these exercises for the normal guy that goes to the gym, what I'd like you to do is, you can either start with repetitions. Most people do 8 to 10 or 12 repetitions, okay? Depending on your goal. If you are fitness orientated, okay, let's say you want to lose weight, then you try and do as many repetitions as possible, okay? We start off with 20, 30 repetitions if possible. If you're somebody that wants to do strength, then you add more weight to it and you do slower, more controlled or explosive repetitions, okay? Then you take away the high repetitions and you do only 10 to 12 repetitions. The other aspect that you can do is you can add a time limit to it. Instead of doing repetitions, you can add 30 seconds or 1 minute time limit to it, which means you're going to try and do as many as possible in 30 seconds or 1 minute. What you can also do is, again, you decide which exercises you enjoy or which ones you feel that are easy for you to start with, and you slowly build in and you add on to your program, the everyday gym program. When we get to the MMA fighter scene, then the training routine is going to change a little bit. In the sense of, for MMA fighters, we're looking at rounds. Okay? Most of the MMA fights, we're looking at 5-minute rounds, which means the guy needs to be busy for 5 minutes, and then there's a 1-minute rest, and then he's got 5 minutes again, 1 minute rest, 5 minutes. Usually there's about 3 to 5 rounds on professional MMA tournaments. So exactly the same. You can take one exercise if you wish, and do it for 5 minutes and take a minute break and then go to the next exercise for 5 minutes. I would recommend that, because you go through so many different levels of fighting in that 5 minutes for a cage fighter, that you take 5 exercises, you do them for a minute each, and then you take your minute break. And then the next round you can either take, depending on how many exercises you know, you can take the same 5 exercises, do them again, a minute first one, the minute the second one, minute the third one, for 5 minutes, and then take your minute break again. Once you build up the scope of all the various exercises, then what you can do is take your first round, the 5-minute round, do 5 exercises with a minute break, and then the next round, the 5 minutes, you take 5 different exercises. What's great about these exercises, not just for the cage fighter or the MMA athlete or the combat athlete, but also for the person that wants to build up total fitness, is most of these exercises zone on the entire body. So it's not just isolating the bicep, it's not just isolating the legs, the entire body comes into play, which is great for total fitness. I really hope you gain a lot of benefit out of this DVD series, and make sure that you get all 3 out of this series, because all 3 is covering different aspects in total combat athletics. Welcome to the warm-up division or warm-up section of our first DVD. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to one of my pro cage fighters, Mike Cooper. He's going to be helping us out today. And what we're going to do is we're going to start loosening up all the tendons, all the joints with rotary kind of movements, rotation movements from the top of the head to the bottom of the foot, and then we're going to get stuck into the combat athletics training. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is standing nice and relaxed, feet shoulder width apart, hands on the hips, and you just start a slow forward and backward motion stretch. Again, this is not a fast movement, it's gently stretching. Okay, you want to make sure that you don't hurt anything. You want to make sure that you do it nicely, smooth control with good breathing. From this, you do about 10 to 20 repetitions. You start going, looking from left to right, like you're saying a big no, gently stretching. Again, let me stress, it's not a fast twitching movement, it's a gentle, slow twisting movement. After 10 to 20 repetitions, you start putting the ear to the shoulders, side to side. Again, feeling a good stretch on the side here. Working it nicely, slowly, and don't forget to breathe. Then we start a slow rotational. You drop the head down, you start rotating. When you get to the front, you will change direction. So every time Mike gets to the front, change direction. Slow, gentle movement. Again, you want to try and feel the back of the head all the way on the back by the shoulders, rotating as big as you can. Okay, from there we start with the shoulders, gently rotating the shoulders forward. Again, I want as big movement in the shoulders as possible. Pull it far back, push it far forward. Pull it far back, push it far forward. Again, you can work 10 to 20 rotations as you feel best in your condition. We change it to a backward rotation, same thing. Expand the chest, expand the back. Big circle you can. 10 to 20 reps. And then we start going up and down, okay, as shrugging the shoulders up as high up as you can, pushing the fingertips down to the mat as low as you can. Again, 10 to 20 repetitions. Then we change to the next one where we expand the chest and then expand the back, forwards and backwards, expanding the chest, expanding the back. Again, don't forget to breathe, and you decide 10 to 20 repetitions. Usually once you're in a good physical condition, 20 repetitions are good. And then we do our modern dancing twist where one goes up, one goes down, twisting the shoulders, just the shoulders, up and down, just the shoulders, working it side to side, like you want to touch your feet, just working the shoulders up and down. From there, Mike will lift his hands up like rugby posts, football posts, and now we keep this 90-degree angle and rotate to work the rotary cuff in the shoulder as far back as you can, far forward as you can. Rotating far forward, far backwards. Again, don't be too shy to breathe nice and deep and synchronize the breathing with the movement. Then we work the elbows, we just flick it forwards and backwards, loosening up the elbows. You can keep your palms nice and relaxed, just pulling the elbow to its maximum forwards and backwards. Again, 10 to 20 repetitions. And you take your fingers and you bend your fingers backwards, pulling it in. Okay. While you're stretching there, constant stretch. Don't jerk it around and you'll feel the stretch in the forearm. 10 to 20 seconds and you change to the other side. 10 to 20 seconds. Gently stretching. Again, it's all about control and breath. Then we change back to the first palm again and you push the wrist in as far as you can. 10 to 20 seconds. Again, if there's too much pain, you're pushing too hard. Okay, pain is not good, so just keep it where you push it to where you feel comfortable. And we change to the other side. And we work the palms, stretch open the fingers as wide as you can. Okay, then you grip it in as tight as you can. Okay, then open wide as you can. Grip it in as tight as you can. Stretching forwards and backwards, working the palms and the fingers. Okay, going back to the shoulders and the arms, we circle the arms forward. Nice and relaxed, big circle, as big as you can. Again, 10 to 20 repetitions. Continue with the breathing. Then we go backwards. Backward circle. Loosening up the shoulders nicely, getting the blood flowing to the fingertips. And then we go one up, one down, stretching backwards, one up, one down. Especially the top one, pull it as far back as you can. Stretching one up, one down. From there, challenge for your coordination. You try and swing the one forwards while you swing the other one backwards. One forwards, one backwards, okay? So what you'll do right here is you start off with a one, swinging forwards. Just the one, swinging forwards. Okay, if you battle to get this coordination. And then from there, then the other one goes backwards. Backwards, okay? So one forwards, one backwards. You're gonna find in the beginning you battle a bit with this one, but once you get it, pretty good exercise to do. Then you change the other way around. One forwards, one backwards. Keeping your palms nice and relaxed. And don't forget to breathe. From there, we twist side to side, swinging side to side, letting your hands slap the body. Okay? You need to hear, as you'll hear with Mike here now, every time it's slapping the body, slapping the body. Keep your palms relaxed, swing it, keeping your feet still on the ground, just twisting your body side to side, getting as much rotation in the hip, the spine, the knees, the ankles as you can. You continue this rotational movement and you throw the hands over the shoulder, hitting your back, over the top of the shoulder, over the top of the shoulder, hitting the back. Okay, so the one is at the bottom and the next one goes right to the top. Again, try and keep your palms relaxed so you can try and hit that body. Okay, next up we're starting by the hips. So Mike will keep his feet still and just focusing on the hips, rotating the hips around. Nice, slow, big circle. Okay, again, you must try and do as many repetitions of this as possible. This is where your core strength is, so try and loosen it up nicely. We rotate to the other side, change, right side around, 20, 30 reps minimum, circling around. Okay, and again, it's all in the hips. Be careful, not the stomach and the back, just the hips. From there, we stand dead still, and now Mike's gonna reach to the heel. Okay? Again, while Mike's working side to side, again with a breath and a gentle stretch, try not to lean forward and touch the heel, but keep upright, stretching side to side. Gentle stretch as far as you can with a breath. From here, you can imagine there's a rock lying in front of you. You're going to be picking up that rock, okay, and you're going to be throwing it over your diagonal shoulder. Okay, so Mike picks up the rock and throws it over as far as he can. Drops down again, throws it over as far as he can, alternating sides. Every time you throw over, that is an out breath. Every time you pick up, that's an in breath. Okay, so exaggerate that breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Right, the next one we're going to work is trunk rolls, where you take your feet slightly wider. Okay, now you're going to work the stomach, the back, the sides. You keep looking at the hands and you draw a nice big circle when you go around. You'll see Mike really exaggerating the back there, all the way to the front, alternating to the right side. Far back you can, slow big circle. Again, the slower the better. You have to stop right there, you have to get this back motion as far back looking up as you can, okay, and then continue the motion, stretching your back and stomach as much as possible. Far back you can, and rotate. Again, 10 repetitions on the one side, so max 20 reps left and right. Continue breathing, nice and relaxed, gently stretching. Okay, for the next one, we're going to work knee swings. You'll put your one leg in front. Okay, and again, when I do the knee swing, I want to try and get my heel close to the butt I can, and I want to lean slightly back when I throw the knee. I don't want to stay upright and do it this way. Okay, I want to lean slightly back when I throw the knee, stretching. Okay, so watch Mike here, right side, as high with the knee as you can. Stretch it. Okay, and again, every time you throw the knee, you breathe out, breathe in when you drop it back. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. Change the legs, and you work the other side. Okay. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. Okay, then something very similar. You change legs again, and you put your hand up in the air. Okay, Mike will take his right leg back, and he takes the same leg and swing it up, try and touch the fingertips as high as you can. It's not a kick, it's a swing. So just nice and relaxed, try and throw it up as high as you can. Again, 10 to 20 reps. As you get more advanced with these exercises, 20, 30 reps if you can. Change legs, left leg, swing. As high up as you can. Okay, and relax. Right, next we're going to work from the knees down to the feet. And the first exercise is put your feet together and put your hands on the knees. And from here, we're going to drop down, keeping the heels flat on the ground and pushing back up. When you come back up, you don't lock the knees back. Okay, you just continue with this motion up and down, just warming the knees up. Okay, exactly like that. Good. Right, now to stretch the back of the hamstring, you take the one leg over the other leg and you just gently breathe out and stretch your palms to the mat or to the floor as far down as you can. Again, if it hurts too much, you stop. Okay, it's not always no pain, no gain. Okay, well, especially with stretching, if there's pain, you stop. And then you relax and you change your legs around and you gently stretch down. Okay, to your maximum where you started feeling pulling and you just relax. Hold it for 10 to 20 seconds. And you put your feet together and exactly the same thing, stretching forward down to the ground. Just relax and feel the whole body, relax, breathing, stretch. Okay, the next one, we put the one foot in front and your supporting leg is 45 degrees. Okay? Now you take both your hands and you gently stretch down to your toes. Okay? Sitting on the back leg, gently stretching forward. Okay? So you want the front leg nice and straight, not bent. Nice and straight, and you want to sit on the back leg and gently just hold it there for 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, we never want to bounce a stretch. It's always holding there isometrically, holding there and just keeping the stretch. Okay, bouncing stretches are short term. These kinds of stretches are more long term, better results. Right, then we change around and gently again, just gently hold it there and stretch. (10 to 20 seconds). The next exercise, we're going to work from the hip, the knee to the ankle. You put your one foot in front, okay, and this foot doesn't move now. Now you start walking around, first clockwise, walk around, and you twist that leg as far as you can. Okay, and again, see, working the hip, the knee, and the ankle, all the ligaments and joints in one movement there. You just hold it to where you feel comfortable, stretching it as far as possible. Now you keep this leg still and you continue walking anti-clock around to the other side, twisting the leg to the other side as far as you can. And you relax, you change legs, you put the other leg in front, and exactly the same thing. Start walking around, keeping that foot still, keeping your body nice upright, and twisting that leg as far as you can. And rotate to the other side around, keeping that foot still. And relax. Right, then we get back to feet shoulder width apart. Okay, now we work the ankle, the calf, the whole foot section here. You raise up on the heels and then you pull the toes back. Just a rocking motion, forwards and backwards. Okay, try and really lift those toes up. Okay, just remember, your feet carry your body weight all the time. Okay, it's one of the most complex areas in your body is the ankle and the foot. Okay, everything is compressed down there, so we need to not neglect that and work it as well. Stretch it and strengthen it. Okay, the next one is you're going to twist side to side, working it in and out as far as you can. Twist side to side. Again, if it's too much pain, you're going too far. Okay, so just gently stretch it side to side. Okay, and relax. Okay, last part of your stretching, we're going to use one of the gym equipment here. Okay, this doesn't have to be one of these bars. It can be any table, anything where you can lift your leg up. So what we're going to ask Mike to do is to lift his leg up here. The first exercise, okay, the foot on top, toes up. The foot at the bottom, you try and turn as much as you can facing towards the mirrors. Okay, so Mike will turn it again, toes facing towards the mirrors, turn in. Yeah, like that. Okay, toes up. And now what you do is you take your body, stretch it straight forward like you want to grab hold of your toes. Again, you don't want to bounce this, you just gently want to stretch forward and hold. Ultimately for 20 seconds, but if you want to start off 10 seconds is good enough as well. Right, and again, breathing. And Mike relaxes, changes legs, you do it on the right side. Obviously, you always have to do left and right side, and gently stretching forward. Okay, you'll find that if you breathe in, okay, and then breathe out, and then push your stretch a little bit more. You'll stretch slightly further. Okay, so if you want to optimize your stretch, breathe in, and when you breathe out, stretch a little bit further. Right, and change. Next one, we put the left leg back up again, but this time we turn it to the side, so Mike's toes will not be facing up, but angle down. Same direction as the bottom foot. Okay, so both toes will be facing out to Mike's right side here. Okay, again, now Mike is going to turn his body and stretch straight forward towards the knee, trying to keep these toes down and gently twisting the leg as he stretches forward. Again, trying to hold for 10 to 20 seconds. We do exactly the same going down to the supporting leg. Mike will take both his hands down and try and reach down to his toes, holding down and stretching, holding it there for 10 to 20 seconds. Again, let me stress, there's no bouncing motion. Okay, if you still not haven't got enough balance and leg strength, you can hold on to something while you're busy stretching down. Next, we'll work rotational stretch. So all Mike's going to do is come up and twisting left to right, just twisting left to right. Okay, trying to keep his balance and twisting as much as he can left to right. Okay, really warming that core muscle up and working the spine, loosening all the muscles around the spine. Now he'll do exactly the same, but just adding in, touching the foot at the bottom. Touch the bottom, twist to the left as far as he can. Touch the bottom and twist to the left. Touch the bottom and twist to the left. And again, you can start off with 10 repetitions, and then obviously you have to work the other side as well. And that's it for our warm-ups. Now we're going to get stuck into the actual athletic application or athletic exercises to improve your performance. Right, our next segment on the isometric explosive exercises is a bear crawl segment. So what you're going to see Mike here do is get on all four paws, and you can determine how far you can take this in case of length and obviously how much space you got to do this. But otherwise, if you've got limited space, you do the following. You walk forward on all four paws, and you walk backwards on all four paws. Okay, and you can go to the left, all four paws, and you can go to the right on all four paws. Okay, and then you mix it up. Okay, so Mike can go forwards, backwards, left, right, wherever he feels comfortable, where he wants to work, as explosive as he can, working side to side with a breath. Yeah, it's a great body workout, working the entire body. Okay, from the arms to the back to the stomach to your legs, everything works here. Then we do the reverse of this. Okay, where Mike will turn around. Okay, and again, to try and keep the butt off the ground, and same, going backwards and going forward. And you can go to the left and to the right. And then you mix it up, okay? And we usually work about 30 seconds to start off, 30-second bursts, forwards, backwards, left, right. You mix it up wherever you want to, and then you obviously can increase to 1 minute, 2 minute rounds, okay? And it's an awesome workout. And relax. Right, the next one is what we call speed jumps. And with this, the best would be is to get, similar to these mats, to get some lines, or you can take on a hard surface, just draw some lines for yourself, a square, 4 squares here, 4 lines. And this is how we're going to do it. This is to improve your coordination, first of all, your reflex, and especially your footwork, whether it be for rugby, whether it be for athletics, for cage fighting. This is going to help your footwork. Right, so the first thing we do is you can use your hands for balance, and Mike goes forwards and backwards over the line. And what we do is you focus on your breathing and you try and speed it up, okay, as fast as you can. It's really all about speed. It's not about pacing yourself. 10 to 20-second rounds, and then you relax. Then we work left to right, side to side, and we go side to side, fast you can, and try and stick in the blocks, okay? Discipline yourself to work over that line and not jumping all over the show. And then we stop. Then we're going to go into 3 blocks, which means any 3 blocks, but you keep the same routine, okay? So Mike will go to his left, all 3 blocks. Make sure your feet touch all 3 blocks and speed it up as much as you can. Really force yourself to land in each block and stop. And then obviously you can work it the other way around. Then we work all 4 blocks, and if you go left, you continue left. If you start off right, you continue right. Okay, and again, feet must land in all 4 blocks as fast as you can. Speed it up, 10, 20 seconds, and start. Now the same exercise, we'll just do it quickly, is you do it with one leg. Okay, so Mike will start off with one leg, forwards and backwards. Okay, this is really going to test your balance and your leg strength. Okay, for a beginner person, maybe a little bit difficult, start off with two legs first and relax. Mike will swap his legs now and he goes side to side, left to right. And again, it's all about speed and balance. Okay, and get your breathing going side to side. And stop. Yeah, and then you guessed it, 3 blocks. Start off in one direction, stick to that direction, all 3 blocks. You're going to be jumping all over the show, using your entire body to keep your balance here. And relax. Then 4 blocks. When you start off to the left or the right, you stick to the same direction, all 4 blocks. And again, let me stress, don't pace yourself. You want to try and explode with these exercises. Getting nice, fast, twitching muscles going with the breathing. And relax. And then obviously you need to change legs. Okay, so you can go through the whole sequence with one leg, or you can do one exercise with the one leg and swap to the other leg. Okay, but make sure you work both legs 50-50 equally amount. Right, next up is jumps. We start off with 2-legged jumps, and it's a good idea to draw yourself a line or a marker, and then also to mark yourself how far you jump so you can monitor your progress and obviously your performance as well. So Mike is going to start off 2 legs together, jump as far as he can, high and far, land. As soon as you land, you turn around and you try and jump all the way back, high and far. Okay, again, you can see the whole body's working here. We're looking at an explosive, elastic muscle to perform and jump with the breathing. Okay, and Mike will jump back, high and far. Now we do a 1-legged jump, okay, which is obviously more difficult. Taking off and landing more difficult, swapping the legs, 1-legged jump, high and far. Again, not just distance, but height as well. We want upward explosive. Yeah, good. Upward explosive, starting off again, high and far. Yeah, very good. And high and far. Okay, and that's our jumps. Next up we're going to do is back walks, okay? And this is very good. Again, we use this a lot in cage fighting, but it's an excellent workout exercise as well. So what Mike's going to do is he's going to drive off his feet, pushing off his feet, and working the shoulders and just walking backwards. Okay, again, depending on the space you got, Mike will stop, he'll turn around, and walk back. Just working the shoulders, driving off the legs, stop and turn around, and walk. And stop and turn around. For the more advanced athletes, you can get actually somebody to sit on top of you while he's walking, and you actually drag the person with you, okay, to put some extra weight. If you do not have somebody, turn around. If you do not have somebody, you can take a weight plate or just some extra weight. You can put a medicine ball, any extra weight to hold it on top of you, and then walk, same thing. Okay, and relax. Right, next exercise is what we call bum walks, okay, and this is excellent to build up those glute muscles. Right, and this is what we do. You just walk with the bums, you don't drag with the heels. It's like lifting your foot up and stepping down, and Mike walks forward. Okay, and again, as much distance as what you can, just wiggling forward, working the bum, working those glutes, and then you come back, same thing again. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, you do this for a minute or two and you'll see how those glutes start burning. Okay, important is you don't want to push using the heels. Legs are just dead objects you're dragging along. It's all in the butt, all in the hips, working it forwards and backwards. Okay, especially good for the ladies to tone that area, and backwards. And relax. Right, next up is what we call a forward roll and a sprawl. So Mike will start off on the haunches. We're just going to focus on the forward roll first. When you do this, I would highly recommend to get a nice padded area, especially if you haven't done any rolls before. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to try and stretch a spine with the first movement. Okay, so Mike will tuck his head in, put both hands on the mat, and you use your legs, even if you want to put your head on the mat first or on the area that you're training, and just gently keep your body nice and tucked in and roll over, nice and relaxed. You get back on your haunches again, and you roll forward again. okay? And again, important is to relax. Turn around, and same thing. Gently forward roll, nice and slow. It's not explosive. Nice and slow, forward roll, and turn around. Now we're going to add what we call a sprawling. Okay, so Mike will just show a sprawl first. Quickly here, you take your legs. Now with a sprawl, see how this angle of his body, okay? All the power is coming from his hips, driving down to the ground, and you're kind of looking up 45 degrees, okay, to try and stretch your neck, and now you're stretching the muscle as well. So with a forward roll, we're working a lot on stretching the back and the spine, and with this sprawling motion, we're working on stretching into the hips and the stomach area. So this is how we combine it. Mike will start off on the haunches, nice and slowly, does a forward roll. As he jumps up, he sprawls back. Outward breath as he sprawls. He does a forward roll again, jumps up, sprawls back, turn around, slowly forward roll again, jumps up, sprawl, and forward roll again, jumps up, sprawl. See from the back here, see the nice arch here, see how the legs are open. The legs mustn't be together. Just put them together again for me there, Mike. Okay, this is not good. You want to open those legs up. This is for your balance, okay? And obviously stretching in the glutes and the hips here as well, okay? And turn around, and that's what we call the roll and sprawl. Right, next, again, all these exercises, you'll see a lot of them focus on explosiveness. Okay, now this one especially as well. The first thing I want you to do is, you see Mike's feet, just turn a little bit for me, Mike. Okay, see the feet must be flat. Don't put them on the toe ball, just put them on the toe ball there for me. So it shouldn't be like this, nice and flat, right? Now what Mike's gonna do is from here, is to try and elevate himself, jump explosively and land up on his feet. So we do this, one, and slowly back down. Now when you go down, do not jump down on your knees, just gently step down again, okay, and we jump up again, and slowly down again. Okay, and this is the explosive jump from the knees to your feet. Again, trying to do 10, good to get those legs exploding. Right, and relax. Right, the next one is the headstand, which is an awesome workout. Okay, so Mike will move a little bit back, right? And first thing we do is plant the head on the, again, soft surface, preferably. Your hands are going to be used as a base, and you gently, slowly elevate yourself up. If you can't extend your legs, this is the angle that I want you to start working on first, this 90-degree angle. Just try and hold it there for at least 10, 20, 30 seconds when you start off. Once you get this right, then you extend your legs up, straight up in the air, okay? And again, you'll see the balance and the whole body's working here, okay? From this position, so we first start off in the 90 degrees, then you try and elevate it up fully, fully extended, 30 to 60 seconds if you can. Once you get this right, you can come back to the 90 degrees, bend the legs, and you pump it up from here, straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up. Okay, now from this position, instead of 90 degrees, a more difficult one is where Mike keeps his legs straight and lifts up. Okay. And lifts up. Yeah, this is a very advanced exercise, so you have to do a lot of headstands to be able to do this. This is also great for your back and stomach. Excellent. Right, next exercise, we're going to work on moving this leg forwards and backwards. So this is how you'll be starting off, okay, sitting up like you're sitting at the beach, okay, elbow to knee. You can keep your hand up or just nice and relaxed. The one leg is going to be straight. Look at this foot here, it's not going to be up this way, it's going to be angling down. The leg that's straight, the same hand at the back, when you're sitting nice and relaxed. Right, now what Mike's going to do is he's going to base himself on this hand here, elevate his butt off the ground. He's going to swing that leg far back to behind him, right behind him, and back forward again to the starting off position. Right, and once again, swing it back and back again. Right, and then he just builds up the speed, repetitions, and he just keeps going with the breathing. Nice and relaxed, goes, build it up, speed. Okay. Every time elevating the butt off the mat. And then obviously we swap around to the other side. Turn around. Okay, same thing. See the elbow to the knee, leg straight. Palm that's supporting, that's the leg that's straight. Swing it far back you can. Swing it far back you can. Again, a total body workout. Right, then we swap it over again. Okay, this time, what we're going to do is get up on all four paws. So when Mike swings his leg back, at the same time, the other hand will go on the mat. So he's on all four paws. Then he switches with the other leg, opposite leg, to the back, and he changes the position around. So it's just the reverse of the position. Brings it back to all four paws and switches around, nice and slowly. All four paws and switches around. All four paws. You'll take note, go back again. You'll take note, if the right hand goes up, the left leg shoots through. So opposite leg, opposite hand shoots through. All four paws and switch through. All four paws and switch through. Again, the butt is not touching the mat at any stage in this exercise. Okay, staying elevated off the ground. Okay, so you're totally depending on your isometric muscular strength to keep your body going. Okay, speed it up. Okay, nice and smooth with the breathing. Every time Mike pushes the leg through, he breathes out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And relax. Right, then obviously from there we'll turn it around and do the other side where Mike will face my side. Right, next one. Mike will start off sitting on his butt, straight legs. Okay, you can actually start off just with a stretch first, just gently stretch forward, both hands going towards the toes. Again, focus on your breathing. From here, you'll place both his hands on the mat behind him. He'll roll back, nice and relaxed, and try and get the toes as close to the mat as possible. If this is difficult for you, you can put your palms right on the lower back there to support, okay? Right, from here, you'll use the momentum back to the stretching position again, breathing out, and stretch to the back, and forward, breathing out, and stretch to the back, and forward, breathing out. Now you've got two variations when you come to the back here. Roll back. Okay, the one variation is where Mike keeps his legs straight. Okay, try and straighten them as much as you can. And then the next variation is where the legs are bent, where you put your knees next to your ears. Okay, so every time you go, alternate them every time. Okay, gently stretch forward. Okay, straight legs now. So Mike will straighten his legs. Forward again. Stretch. Now bend the legs, knees next to the ears. And forward again. So you can alternate the back movement as well. Right, now the next one we do a slight variation. As Mike comes forward, his one leg, we'll do this slowly first, the one leg will fold in. Okay, you see how the one leg folds in, and you'll continue the momentum and push it up. To the elbow to the knee, and see how the hips are driving forward. Okay, very, very important, and posture looking up. Then you'll go back down again. Roll back. Touch the mat behind, fold the opposite leg in, push forward, use the momentum. So important here is not to use your hands to come up, but the body motion, the momentum. And back down again, touch behind you, fold it up, breathe out as you push forward. See how the hips are pushing forward and a good stretch over the groin muscles, back down again, touch, fold it up, stretching forward. Okay, one more time. Touch, fold it up, and stretching forward, and relax. Okay, that's a back roll, sitting up exercise. Right, next one. Mike will be sitting down, lying flat on the back. Again, we use a backward momentum here, and he reaches up, hands supporting on the low back. This time he tries and gets both his legs together, and you try and reach it up as high as you can. Okay, trying to get much of your weight over the upper chest and neck area. And you'll go down again, relax, just roll and back up again as high as you can. Reach up. Okay, see the legs are together nicely and as much height here as you can. And back down again and relax, reach up. Very important when you do this is to keep relaxed. Don't be stiff and tense. Okay, try and get a nice smooth motion with the breathing. Always as you push up, breathing out. Now we're going to add a little bit variation into this to get a nice spinal twitch as well. So the end result will be as Mike comes up, he'll be twisting his spine left and right, okay? Alternating every time he comes up. So Mike will go down, As he comes up, he reaches up and twists, and back down again. Relax, reaches up, twists the other way as high as he can. Back down again, and roll, reaches up, twist. Okay, you can also see the legs are open. They don't have to stay together with this one. Reach up, twist, and back down again. Okay, important is the height, as high as you can, and as much twist as possible. Back down again, breathe in, and as you go up, breathe out, twist up as high as you can. And breathe in, and as you go up, breathe out as high as you can. Good job, and relax. Right, next up we're going to look at Hindu push-ups, okay, old traditional Indian wrestling exercise, a total body workout. This is how we're going to start off, okay, like a push-up position, but this time you're going to push your butt as high in the air as possible. Your arms are going to be next to your ears, you're looking back at your toes, okay, and you're trying to push your heels to the mat, okay, so you really want to push far back you can, get a good stretch like a cat. Right, now the first movement here is, first of all, the whole movement has got a breath. You either start off with the in-breath or an out-breath. You can change the breathing around as you continue with the repetitions. So the first one is, Mike has to take, almost like he's taking his head and putting it straight on the mat in front of him, okay? Then the chin, then the chest, then the hips, okay? That's the whole out-breath, okay? Looking up. Now when he goes back, that's the whole in-breath, and he goes back to the first original position again. Driving those heels to the mat, looking back at his toes, okay? Again, your reference point here is ears next to the arms, okay? Unlike always we've been taught that you don't do push-ups with the butt in the air. With this one, you actually push your butt in the air and you push back as far as you can. Do another one there, Mike. Breathe out and breathe in. Okay, you really want to exaggerate that breathing, so we'll ask Mike to pump the breathing a bit. Breathe out, go the whole movement. Breathe out, good, and breathe in, and breathe out, and breathe in, good, breathe out. You want to start with at least 10 to 20 repetitions of these exercises. Breathe in, and breathe out, and breathe in. Okay, like I say, the breathing we can change now. So instead of breathing out when Mike goes forward, he can breathe in, and now when you go back, you breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, and you'll see really, important, the hips. Drive the hips down to the mat and push back and relax. And those are your Hindu push-ups. Right, next up we're going to look at the Hindu squats. And really important with these squatting motions, unlike other normal gym squats, is you want to get a heel raise right at the end. You want to tighten the buttocks and really get a good heel raise right at the end. And there's a lot of breathing involved. So we start off in a praying position. The hands will always, when you come back up, will always come back to your reference point praying position. Mike will go down slowly. As he goes down, he breathes in and he brings the hands up as high as he can. Okay, as much rotation backwards as possible. Now when you push up, you breathe out and you raise those heels up back to your praying position, squatting up. And breathe in and drop. Okay, once you get it going, you can speed it up. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. The whole time you'll see Mike's eyes looking up, not looking down, okay, to ensure good posture. Okay, and really, really important, see every time he comes up, raising the heels off the ground. Okay, when you raise the heels, the butt needs to tighten up as well. Breathe in, down, bring them up as high as you can, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, again, you don't want to do anything less than 30-40 repetitions of these to start off with. Very, very important with any kind of performance athlete is we use the leg muscles 100%. Okay, so you need to build up these if you want to perform. Good job, and relax. Right, next segment is a segment that most people in the gym neglect a lot, and especially performance athletes, and this is the neck. Okay, we want to make sure we condition the neck, especially in cage fighting, kickboxing, Greco-Roman wrestling, submission wrestling. The neck is always coming into play, so it's one of the important muscle groups in our kind of performance sport that we have to zone in on and make sure it's well conditioned. Okay, so if you want to start off with conditioning your neck, I would recommend the following exercise. We start off with crossing your legs, Just nice and relaxed, your palms on the stomach. And the first exercise we're going to do is basically a rotation in the neck where you try and touch the chin on the chest and you tilt it backwards without touching the ground. Okay, so it's just almost like exaggerated yes. Okay, forwards and backwards. Okay, and again, start off with 10 if you can. If you feel comfortable, start with 20. Okay, usually I recommend beginner guys, because we're still going to add on to this, to do 10 repetitions, and then we go immediately into the next exercise. Okay, so from here, you keep it flexed right here. Now you start looking left and right as far as you can. Left and right, okay? So you can just keep it pulling up to the chest. You don't have to over-exaggerate this way. You can relax it slightly back and just look left to right, left to right. So you don't have to keep the chin right on the chest when you do the left to right ones. Okay, again, it's a slow-moving exercise. It's not a fast twitching muscle we want here. It's more isometric. Okay? And again, you try and do 10 left looks and 10 right looks. Okay, after you've done your set, then you put your chin on the chest and you just hold it there for 20 seconds, just a constant isometric hold on the neck muscles. Right, then you relax all the way down, putting the head on the ground, and you relax. Okay, that will be justified as one set. So if we repeat the whole sequence again, the first one up, forwards and backwards without touching the mat behind you. It's just very important that you don't get any rest or support during this neck exercise, but you just keep an isometric movement going. Okay, so 10 or 20 reps, and then you start looking left to right. Preferably 10 left, 10 right, so 20 reps all together here. And then after that, you put your chin on the chest and you just hold it there for 20 seconds. And relax. Totally relax, okay? And again, I recommend that you start off with 3 sets. So the first one will be 10 repetitions forwards and backwards, 10 left and right, side to side, 20 seconds holding on to the chest, and then relax. When you relax for 20-30 seconds, you go for your next set. Do 3 sets like that, and I promise you tomorrow morning you're going to feel your neck muscles have never worked like that before. Right, next we work ourselves up to a little bit more advanced neck exercise. I recommend you go to this one after you've done that first introduction to neck exercise. And yeah, again, it's not always true that no pain, no gain, especially with the neck. If you feel a lot of discomfort or any pain, rather take it easy and support the exercise more than what you push and you injure yourself. Right, so the next one, first thing we can do is both hands on the mat and put the head on the mat. And from there, you elevate the knees off the ground, okay? If this is already too difficult for you, place your knees back on the ground and you support your weight on the knees. What Mike's going to do is he's going to touch the nose on the mat, roll back, touch the nose, keep the knees on the mat first, Mike. Nose on the mat and push far back he can. Okay, really getting an extreme forwards and backward motion in the neck. If you feel this is not a challenge for you, then you raise your knees off the ground and then you start putting more weight on the neck, stretching far back you can, touching the nose. Okay, and again, focus on your breathing and relax. It's not a fast, explosive movement, this. You need to feed the muscles with oxygen, so force that breathing. Right, after about 20 repetitions, we work it side to side, basically putting your ear on the mat. Okay, so again, see the hands are supporting. Plant the ear on the mat, side to side, getting as much stretch in the side and also that isometric strength building in the neck muscle. Okay, again, 20 repetitions, and you can do as many sets as you feel comfortable with. And relax. Right, from here we turn around to the back bridge. Okay, this is the mother of all neck exercises and total body conditioning. Okay, so what we do here is you bring your heels up as close as you can to your butt, and then you elevate yourself right up on the neck and you place your hands next to your ears, preferably in the beginning to support, so the hands on the mat next to the ears. Okay, important with this is you see the heels here, okay, must remain flat, so don't go up on the toe ball, heels flat. You try and get your nose as close to the mat as possible and support. Okay, If you feel that your neck is strong enough to maintain this, you can put your hands on the chest, okay, and you can maintain this position for at least 30 seconds to start off with. Right, and again, you need to feel that the weight is evenly distributed over the body. There mustn't be too much on the neck, too much on the feet. It must be right throughout the body. Right, you try and build this up to a minute or two, okay, to start off with. Then we relax, then we change it around. We go back to the first position again. Right, our last neck exercise, okay, which is for advanced students only. Starting off on the base, planting the head, knees off the ground. Okay, first one is you explode over, jumping over, catching yourself, okay, and making sure that your butt stays in the air. Right. From this position, without dropping the butt down to the ground, you rotate back to the stomach again, turning around. No knees on the ground, basing yourself. You shoot over again, and catch, and spin around, okay, and go. Okay, with the breathing, you try and keep it as relaxed, controlled as possible. Okay, and shoot, go. Right, catch, and turn. Right, and go. As Mike continues, you'll find that as you get more tired, it becomes more difficult to keep the butt in the air. It gets more difficult to keep the knees off the ground. Okay, so do about 10 reps of these, nice and smooth. Shoot over, catch, rotate, one last one, and shoot over and catch. Okay, good job, and relax. Right, like I say, do not start off with those first. Okay, you build yourself up progressively to this last exercise.